everyone. Here Alberto, the CEO of Didit. Today I'm going to explain you how the verification process of Didit works, the KYC and AML solution. So let's start. This is the view of the user. So the user is going to see that whenever he's performing a verification on your application. So first thing, he's going to continue, and then he's going to select the country of residence, in this case, Spain, and then he's going to select the type of document of that country. This, you can configure that on the customer console, which I'm going to show later. When you have the flexibility to say, yeah, I just want to accept this kind of country or region and this kind of document. We're going to see later. So the user then selects the country resident, then he selects the type of document of this country, and then he's going to perform the document verification phase. As you realize here, in this case, it's a passport, and then the user directly goes open the passport and he's going to approach the phone. We have automatic ID recognition, so the process is going to recognize automatically the document through our AI models. And then what we are doing is recognizing automatically is just performing a lot of checks on the back of this process, like checking for potential fraud on the document. We are also checking for which kind of document is this? Is the document that the user has selected from the country he has selected? We're also extracting all the data from the document. We are structuring correctly the data, all using our AI model. So there is a lot of things involved on the backend that are happening whenever the user is doing this process. And all the verification that you see here is real time. So if the user confirms that he's going to do, we're going to check real time, everything is fine. And then if it is, then he's going to move on the next step. If he's not, then he's going to redo it again. And we're going to put a warning for the user to understand what is wrong. And then whenever he does it correctly, he's going to continue on the next phase. So in this case, he confirms everything looks good. And then we jump on the biometric verification. So on that specific step, what we are doing is multiple things. Okay. So first, we are trying to capture the photo and video with a better quality as possible. So we are kind of specifying to the user that he has to move closer, move on the left, on the right, and so on. So after that, what we are doing is just a lot of check on the back as well. Like we are doing face comparison with the photo extracted from the document. We are doing deepfake detection. We are doing liveness detection. So there is a lot of things happening on the back, and if everything is fine, everything works fine, then we move to the next phase. Okay, and your user goes to the next phase. Optionally, on this next phase, what we do is run the EML, so which is totally optional, and then the EML checks are going to run. And you're going to see potentially if your user is on a background, in a sanction warning, PEP list, and so on. Everything is fine. Then we approve the verification, and then you see the verification on the customer console that I'm going to show now. Okay, so very simple, amazing user experience, and very smooth. And the best thing is that this process is totally free. Like we are the only solution in the market that is offering free KYC, and you can integrate that very easily onto your application through a native flow and integrate like just in 2 or 4 hours. So very easy, very straightforward. And now I'm going to show you like how you as a company see specifically the console and the verification that your user has performed. So this is the business console. Here is like the way companies see the verification, and they can configure everything related to the verification, the KYC, AML about their application. So here you can add your work email, then you're going to get started and you're going to receive a link through your email. It's going to look like something like this. So you're going to receive this, you authenticate directly, and you are logged in automatically. First thing you need to do is just create your company. So you can add all your company information, and then you're just gonna create the company. You can add logos as well and so on. So inside the console, you can create multiple companies. You can go here, just create multiple companies, and inside each company you can have many applications. So let's create the first application. Well, before, let's see how you can invite other members from your team. So you can go to settings, you can go here and just invite new members, so new members can join your organization, your company. So they will be able to see the verification, manage it, and so on. So once you have that, okay, let's create an application. So you need to create an application. Let's say, for instance, the EOS app. Okay, you are performing verification on a EOS application, and you want to just create it like this. So you will go to the verification tabs, and then you will be able to set it up, all the verification configuration. So the first thing you are seeing currently is the verification information for the API integration. So the client ID, client secret, the webhook URL, the webhook secret key for verifying the signatures of the webhooks. So this is for API integration. We're going to do another video for that, specifically for explaining the integration, but it's very easy. Normally it takes like between 2-4 hours integration. So very, very easy. So here you have all the parameters for the integration. Here you have the identification filters, which we are, as I explained before, we are the only free KYC solution in the world. So document verification and face recognition is totally free. And you have all these two filters. And then optionally, you can just set it up the AML and the background screening. So you're gonna be able to check for sanction, warning list, pet list for your user. This is especially useful for finance, fintech companies that for regulation, they need to do that. So you just need to do upgrade now, then you're gonna be able to just upgrade it, connect your card, and then just be subscribed directly. Very important here, the pricing, like we are very transparent, probably the most transparent company in the identity world. So everything is free, no minimum required. We don't charge for it, nothing. We only charging for AML. So every check that you do for AML, we charge 30 cents. There is no minimum. So if you do 0 checks for this month, we're going to charge $0. If you do 10, we're going to charge $3. Okay. So very easy. You can just upgrade the plan here, just connect the card and start doing AML checks. So once you have done that, it's totally optional. You need to do it. You just can go here and then start configuring the countries and document you want to accept on your verification process. So let's say for your specific use case, you just want to accept North America. Then you're going to do that. If you just only want to accept like the passport from Antigua and Barbados, then you're going to just do that. So you can set it up specifically, granularly, which kind of document and country you want to accept on your verification process. And this is automatically going to render on the UI whenever your user is doing the verification process that they showed before. Also very important here, you can also set up like your alerts. So whenever there is a verification where the status is in review, because we detect some kind of warning, then you're going to receive automatically one email if you do that, or you can also set it up with a Slack notification. So someone from your team, when this happens, can go directly to the console and approve and decline, which I'm going to show it later. So if everything is fine, you activate your setup and everything works as expected. Okay. So here, then you can also go again to the settings where here you're going to see the configuration, the features, everything here. We're going to start adding way more features these coming weeks, like more customization is coming as well. You're going to be able to select parameters for the auto accept, for the auto decline, the threshold scores. A lot of customization parameters are coming, a lot of new features like white labeling and so on. So a lot of things coming, very exciting. But for the moment, let's just try to review that. So here you have the verification view. I'm going to show later how you're going to see the verification once you have verifications on your application. But for the moment, let's review how to create a verification. So you can create a verification either through the API integration, which I'm going to do a specific video for that, or you can directly create a verification session here. So you can add maybe the email address of your user directly here, which you can do also through API. And then once you do that, a verification session is created. So a session has a specific URL, and this URL you can either send that URL directly to your user, and he's going to go there and perform the verification. You can also send him the verification session directly here. So he's going to receive an email from us to perform the verification. These happen the same on the API. So you can just make your user, redirect your user to that URL and then go back to the callback, or directly integrate that as an iframe or a web view onto your application. So it is like a native flow, a native integration. So if I go here and I go directly to that specific link that has been created, which normally is a user who's going to go there and you're going to redirect the user to that specific link, then you're going to see how I can start the verification session, the flow that I showed, that I have shown at the beginning of the video. So it's the same process. And whenever the user just start filling information, you're going to see all the information filled here, which I'm going to show now how the information is going to be shown. But very important, everything is connected. Your user is going to perform the verification, and then you can control here and you can do a lot of stuff. So I'm going to show exactly how it's going to look like. So this is how you're going to see the verification tab once you have a lot of verification. As you may see, you can search a specific verification. You can also filter by country, by status. For instance, you can just say, I just want to put the approved verification, okay, or the interview verification. So you can do that as well. And then, yeah, the important thing here. Normally a verification either is going to be approved or it's going to be declined. We have also more status like KYC expired. We have other like not started and so on. So let's start for the decline status. Okay, so let's see this verification, for instance. So here you see suspicious activity between the document location and the IP location, low face similarity, and so on. And also potential AML hits as well. So obviously this verification is going to be declined automatically, and the user is not going to be accepted on your application. So what happens whenever a verification is approved, let's say? So here we have an approved verification. As we see, there is a document information here that the user has uploaded on the process. We see on the right the information extracted from the document, date of birth, expiration date, and so on. All this information you can also retrieve it through API, which we're going to talk in another video how to do it. Here as well, you have the document address extracted and geolocalized. In case there is one, not all the documents have an address, as you may know. And also the IP location where the user has performed the verification. So here you can see there is a distance between 2.5 thousand kilometers. And then you also see the information between the biometric verification. So you're going to see the face match status, the liveness status, and the scores. Okay. On the left, you're going to see the image extracted from the document, and on the right, you're going to see the photo or the video of the biometric verification. Obviously, this is a test data, and you are not able to see it. But normally here, you're going to see the biometric image or video from the process. Also, here you have the email checks and the information. Obviously, this is only going to happen if you have the email plan activated, which is the only thing that costs money, which is 30 cents for every email check verification. The other part, the KYC part, is totally free. So here, if you have it activated, you're going to see if the user has potentially been hit on some database, PEP, warning, sanction, and so on. In case there is a potential hit, you're going to see here the information and you can go directly. And also you can download directly this information. So you can download a report directly here and just send it to the compliance team, whoever is asking for it. So this is for an approved verification. Okay, so let's see what happens with in-review verification, which is whenever we detect some kind of warning through the verification, we put it directly on in-review. Well, it depends also, depending on how you have set up the parameters on your application, which you can configure. But normally, if we detect some kind of warning, we put it on review. So this is, for instance, an example of an in-review verification. You're going to see all here the information, the documents, and so on. And here you have a suspicious distance between locations. That is because, for instance, the country of the person and the country of the IP location is different. So you will be able to set it up, like if you want to auto-approve, if they are on different country and so on. This is totally flexible and you can set it up. But in case you have this policy set it up, then it's going to be set on review. And whenever it's on review, for instance, you can say, yeah, it looks good, the similarity score looks good, the liveness score looks good, everything looks fine. So yeah, your team is going to go directly onto the console and it's going to say, yeah, let's approve it. So the verification is going to be approved. So another example here of in-review verification, you see here a potential warning, which is the liveness score. As you see, the liveness score is 65, which probably is below your 70% threshold, which you can also set it up. But yeah, in this case, let's say your team thinks, no, it doesn't look like he's the correct person. So they can just go here. It doesn't appear to match on the document photo and just decline it. Okay. So everything directly, very smooth user experience, and you can control all your verification directly from the verification tabs. And yeah, I think that's good for today. We're gonna start adding more feature next week, so you can configure more aspect on the verification, and we're gonna add many more feature on the coming months. So yeah, just stay tuned, and thank you for being here.